Hey everyone, and welcome to The Witcher 2 Lorethrough, episode 15. Yes, these are getting quite slow, aren't they? Excuse me. We were just about to start a quest to, see where they dug so deeply. It's not a Balrog, I'm afraid, but close enough. It's still disgusting. Balrogs aren't disgusting, but still, you know what I mean.
The Witcher's on board. We can go.
Let's get to work, my bearded friends.
Open the shaft, Skags. If you kill off those monsters, the whole of Vergen will be grateful. I'm sure some coin would be found.
We'll keep that in mind, Cecil. So, Sheldon, you opened the shaft yet?
Keep your pricks in your trousers. You can't just plough forward all the time. A mine is like a lover. You need to be gentle, so she accepts you moist and hot.
You and your musings, Sheldon.
Yep, that's exactly what it sounded like. I'm so sorry you had to be there for that. Let's go. So, there's a lot of, those explodey types. What are they? Rot fiends in this place? And there's a few letters that we're gonna read. Don't worry. We'll try to find all of them. I don't think there's any here. No, there's just a lot of blood. Go on. Also, the dwarves are pretty trash in combat, but they try.
Poor son of a bitch. He almost got away.
Did he though? Are we all here? Come on. Come on, Zoltan. I mean, I'm not sure that he necessarily nearly got away. Technically, by now he should have gotten away, because the door's locked, but yeah, no. What do I know about doors, right?
I think I heard something.
You probably did.
They're close.
Hi, guys.
Come on!
And yes, they are stuck in the door opening. They're like, oh, I wonder where the dwarves are. They're stuck in the door opening. Yes. It's what they do. Go on, explode. I know you want to. Because if they... Oh, shit. I was next to that. See, normally you can chain them, and they just explode on top of each other, like that one. And that does a lot of damage. It's great. Like, guys, you gotta let me hit it. I am the damage. Good. Sultan! At least do some damage. Oh, there we go.
Damn carrion. That was close.
What was that?
Necrophages. With this many appearing, they must have a nest nearby.
Come on! Show yourselves! I'll let you taste my axe!
Okay,
Ooh, you're making them shit bricks.
Even then, they'd stink less than you.
rude. Okay, so he just talked about the nest. I completely forgot about that as well. You can actually explode the nests. Which I think is actually a quest as well. I don't know that I have the bombs for that right now. I might have to make some. What's my bombs like? I think I actually do. I think I'm okay, otherwise we'll just come back. You won't have to see that. I think this one's locked. I think this is like a... Nope, it's the other one. Or is that the one literally at the end of this hole? Wait, let me check if it's the end of the hole! Oh god. Now we'll never know. Dwarves. You dwarves. You're supposed to do more damage than this. Also, I literally just... I'm recording this after a stream of Neo, so this combat feels extremely sluggish, which is so sad because Geralt's a Witcher. And Neo basically has Geralt as a Witcher. Jinsey, are you seriously talking about Neo in a Witcher Lorethrough now? Yes. Listen, we're fighting rot fiends. It's not that deep. In story mode, you don't have to try. Let's put this on fire. Oh, really? I have to click it? Fine. There we go, that's better. Was it this one? No? Still no? God, I know it's one of you. That means I have to go back later to find the storehouse. I get a key for that, I know that much. Hello. Good evening. Are you a nest? You have to tell me if you are. See, I actually went with a magic build here last time. Magic builds are fantastic for this because you have Igni splash damage. Igni splash damage is amazing. Also, at this point the dwarves are just like, nah, you know what? We don't want to be here. We just don't want to be here in general. In case you were wondering what I meant with dwarves being completely useful. I'm just gonna skip this because this is basically the fight. I'll be right back.
The miners tried to collapse this passage. I wonder what's down below. Maybe some shit-filled necrophage cesspit.
Or they hide the corpses they drag in down there.
Hey, gentlemen, let's focus on finding a dwarven immortal, please.
Okay, so that's pretty much all that's here. Just some talk. It's talk, but, you know, it's just talk. Okay. I do want to collect some of this, I think. I think I'm just going to go back to the entrance, and opening doors while you're holding swords never works out. I'll be right back. I actually found what I meant, which is literally one door ahead. It's just, you take a left. So this is where the storage house is, in case you ever do this quest. There's some loot there. I think that the last letter in this cave is also there. Pretty sure it is, in fact. And then there's these two doors. Oh god, I don't remember which one's the dead end. Are you the dead end? I feel like the main perk of this entire playthrough is just, hi, this is The Witcher 2, but I skip all the fights and all the long walking. You're welcome. Okay, so he has like the first letter. Wait, I'm talking about letters. It's like a million times more interesting than you. And I think that's also the first nest. Yes, it is. And then that's when you get the quest. Well, hey, I hope I have the right bombs for it. Wait. Don't damn it. Don't dominate. Yes, thank you. Yes, I do.
Right. That should do it.
Okay.
Got to blow up.
What do we use for this, Geralt? Let me first read this while I figure out the bomb afterwards. So this is basically what you find. Yes, Balin. Yes, Lord of the Rings. Like, they are just doing the entire mile. Everything's Lord of the Rings. Don't question it. It's just a thing. Foreman Balin's journal, the first fragment. Work is going as planned. It seems our yield will be even greater than anticipated. Moreover, I believe we can squeeze much more from this mine. We'll delve deeper, bring up more wealth, and Vergen will regain its past significance. Only it didn't, because y'all died. Right. Let me just figure out these bombs. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's grape shot again. Cool. Let's watch it explode. Ah, we're doing so well. That's fantastic. I'm proud of us. Let me not loot this, because that's terrible. Okay, that's one. Next. Skipping. Turn on all these little fires, so it gets all nice and cozy, and everyone can go back to work after I collapse all the mines. You're welcome. We'll go this way first. Hello. I am here to destroy your nests. Hide your children. Cozy. Cozy. Cozier. Yes, this is still The Witcher, I promise. Also, sometimes this bugs out and it puts you in combat in such a way, because they're close to the door, that you can't actually open the door because you're in combat. It's fantastic. Anyway, yeah, boring fight. Be right back. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is also a storeroom. That or it is the storeroom. Yeah, it is. Okay. Cool. So there's one here too. Do we want this? We don't want this. We don't want this. I know there's another journal here somewhere. You can't hide. It might be the one in the storage, actually. Which is also fine. I'm not even mad. Okay, I'm a little bit mad. But less mad than I could have been. Okay, we'll be back. See, now they don't even let me make the mine cozy because I'm in combat. Can you at least let me cozy it up? It's almost Christmas, for goodness sakes. Fine, explode instead. I'll use your entrails as a Christmas tree ornament. It's almost the same thing. Go on. So this one should have another nest. Do you have another nest? I feel like you do. You don't? That makes me sad. Is everyone dead at least? Oh, you're not. Can you at least be dead? You gotta give me that. That's a greater rot fiend, but this is story mode, so they don't do damage. Put away your sword, Geralt. I mean the other one. There. You not stop me from that this time. Another one. I am rich. Okay, skip. Now we unlock this door, which is a side passage. I know everyone's very excited. Hold on. Boys. Yeah, I can already not set that on fire. See, the moment someone stops me from setting things on fire, I immediately have less fun. Skip. I do love how a dwarf blocks my igni. They are literally counterproductive at this point. Let me at least set everything on fire. Can I? Yes. Ah, that makes me feel better already. Do I want any of this? I don't believe I do. No, I do not. But I'll take all of that.
I want to fuck. I want to plow. Where's my wife? The silly cow.
How are things, Gelt?
Well, your friend is creeping me out, but outside of that, you know, pretty good. Skip. You know, this part of the game was always a little bit like the deep roads in Origins for me, because I just don't... It's just like, hey, you're underground and you gotta kill a bunch of things. Have fun. And that's pretty much it. Not the most exciting premise, is it? Which is why we skip. We take a left here first, instead of going down there, because we want to see everything. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Now, stop interrupting me.
Would you be kind enough to move that arse of yours?
Oh, you're one to talk, boy. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna stand here and read. I'm sure you'll do nothing while I read, so. The second fragment. This morning we discovered small slits in the tunnel walls. The cracks don't seem to be dangerous, but I ordered additional wooden supports placed just to be sure. Rudolf Ferdinand is spluttering. I think he does not enjoy the temperature at this depth. Old Nain Zamenhof claims to hear knocking. I bet he has finally flipped for good. I think we're getting close to a large node, and I've sent for a geologist. Actually, kind of a fun fact here is that in Thronebreaker they kind of talk about the knocking, which makes it funnier that here a dwarf says, oh, the knocking, whatever, you know, knocking is not even that interesting. In Thronebreaker, I guess it's not really a spoiler, at some point you get to a mine, and the miners don't want to mine because they hear knocking in the walls, and that's because they think there might be gas pockets, it might explode at any point. Turns out they're just, well, actually no, that's a spoiler, I won't tell you that. It's something else. But then here, this guy's just like, the knocking, whatever. He should have used the proper Mahakaman rules of do not go into a mine while there's knocking. It's dangerous. Mahakam was right. And skip. And another tunnel. That's 2. Guys, it's exploding. They hate life. I see. You know, I guess I kind of knew, but nice to have confirmation, I suppose. Skip. Yeah, you might think that a certain elf has been in this here cave, but no, not this time. Not this time. Cedric is still dead, but his traps aren't. This is where you run into, like, the last survivor, basically. I think he was actually not on this side, but in the other. This one further. And he kind of holed himself up by putting traps everywhere. See, at this point, it's just common sense to turn on the light. Yep, doesn't matter. Still get ruined. So many traps. Dear Lord, calm down. Yes, you have died. Can you not? Can you just not? Disarm. You weirdo. Was he yeah, no, he's 4. So I'm gonna wait, because this is the storehouse key, so you can go to the other one and get, like, the final note, basically. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But he's dead. Here, turn on the light. We're leaving.
We should get together for a good libation.
That's not what we're doing right now, buddy. We don't have time for that. But it's a nice thought, for sure. Okay, bow for goodness sakes. Skip! It's another dead dwarf, but this one has part 3. It's great. Don't worry, there's more. Monsters! Monsters everywhere! The legends were true. It's Durin's bane! Too deep we delved and awoke a nameless fear. This is all my fault, so I must try to stop the beast myself. Fly, you fools! Yes, that's directly from Gandalf. Again, Lord of the Rings, right there. They're not really that subtle about it, I want to say. But hey, that's how it is. Skip. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, some of the doors are just arbitrarily locked because they want you to go somewhere else first.
My medallion.
You don't need a key, it just sort of happens. My medallion. It's a glowing spot. Sorry. But yes, blood, in case you're wondering. Always blood. And that is where we find a monster. Hello,
I
a
can hear
monster.
them. Things could get hot.
Or not. You know, whichever. Or not. Yeah, so this is as close as they could get to a Balrog. It's a Bolvor! Close enough! Wait, come here. Oh god. Come here. I wish I still had AoE Igni. And by still, I mean my other save. Then again, never mind, because that one's on hard mode. I'm good. Never mind. I exploded you. You know, you don't have to move when you fight, right? You know that you die otherwise. I mean, maybe you're okay with that, that's fine, but I'm not. Somehow. Oh, I like how they're blocking him off, though. Do you guys want to just stand there and stab him a few times? Yes? This is what we're doing now. Okay, this is what we're doing now. See, at this point it just feels like bullying. I'm so sorry. It's
Seems
very
it was
late.
the last one.
Let's grab what we need and get out of here.
Has a pretty cool head though, doesn't he? Yes, do make sure to loot that. The Bolvor brain isn't exactly available everywhere. And this is what we're looking for, which is the Immortelles. But first, we're gonna explode this nest. Tick-tock. Which, yes, is the third one. That's the one people usually forget. There. Hello, you seem dead. Can I have your orans? You don't really need them anymore, do you? No, you don't. I want more. For giggles. Because I'm a monster. Ah. You're now extinct. Pretty much. Okay, so there is still the one place to go, which is the storehouse. But I'm not going to walk over there and have you watch, because that's bloody boring. No, we're staying on the ground. Dwarfs, we're staying on the ground.
Remember the Markham crisis in 1229?
Sure, bloody bunglers cut through to the only underground lake beneath Mount Carbon.
When water burst from the wall, it took 200 men with it.
They drowned, then rotted, causing a plague that killed 2,000 more miners and their families.
Ore mining collapsed. 4 years we lived hand to mouth in Mahakam.
You know your mining, Zoltan.
I've worked here and there, even wanted to open my own mine, but you need no small means for that.
See, it's funny because apparently, according to Thronebreaker, again, according to Thronebreaker, here's the thing. I can't really accept Thronebreaker in, like, the canon lore necessarily because it has a few too many lore inconsistencies, but it's still funny to know, I guess. Apparently they hoard the gold. Dwarves just hoard gold. Why do they hoard gold? So that when the humans eventually start to think about attacking Mahakam, they can put all the gold out into the world again, confuse the humans by there being this much gold, and then plunge the world into chaos. And then there will be no war. Solid plan. Anyway, skip. Alright, 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 alright.
I wonder whose chests those are.
I wonder what's inside.
You're not supposed to wonder these things. So yeah, this is a decent sword, and also if you didn't have grape shots at the time, you can get it there. Which is nice, because most people don't. Because sod collecting any kind of materials. Right, let's read the last one now. Because now that the story is over and everyone's dead. Oh shit, they already were, never mind. Where are you? You're down here, yes you are. I, Balin Ferguson, record these words in the event I should die, for I wish to be recognized by name. It is the 4th day since I hid in this branch of the shaft. Separated from the monsters by traps, I am safe. But how long will I survive without water? I have the key to the storeroom and can think of nothing else than to sneak there quietly to get provisions. Reason, however, tells me the storeroom is too far and I won't be able to make it. The monsters are trying to reach me again, so I have to wait anyway. Later, when I'm desperate, who knows? Well, apparently nothing, because you still died in that one branch, so joke's on you. Okay, let's get the hell back to the surface, because we spent quite enough time in here. Even though it's cozy now, because I lit all the fires. Good on me. Ah, the light.
Right, Geralt. Looks like it's all over.
Thanks for your help, Zoltan.
Say nothing of it.
Enough yapping. Time for some vodka.
First, I want to see if my fuck date's still waiting.
Just don't strain yourself. It takes energy to drink with us too, you know.
Yep, that's what he called it. He called it exactly what you think he said.
How are you, Sheldon?
Better than at Brenna, though we've quite a rumble ahead of us. But I promise you this, we'll kick Henselt's arse and send him scurrying back to Kedwin.
Yeah, so we already talked about Brenna. It's okay.
Zoltan says your company are true arm wrestling masters.
Unbeatable, last I recall.
Is that so? Care to check if that's still true?
Sounds good. Ready to take me on?
Yeah, in the middle of the rain. Let's go.
Give me your best shot.
Shall we teleport to the tavern? Oh god. No. No. Come back. Come back. Come back. Stay. Don't leave. Absolutely stay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I beat dwarves.
You one strong son of a bitch.
Why are we back out in the rain? Nobody knows.
You should take on Scalen. He beat me and Yarpen, and now beats his chest over it. The old company would be in your debt if you thrashed him.
Jealous bunch, aren't you?
Oh god, he's back at the end. Everyone teleported but us. Feels bad. Okay, we don't really want to do the hunting magic quest yet right now. What's the fastest way down? It's not this, that's for sure. Okay, I'm gonna walk my butt back to the tavern and see who I can arm wrestle there, because I want to. Yeah, it's very misty outside. Be right back.
Let me tell you about the woman who fell from the sky.
Another one. You let one
You've
human
told that
in and
story
in no
1,000
time, you've got a
times.
swarm.
Now I've heard enough of flying women.
It was very
I heard
unusual.
human women need only sit
What would be
astride a man's
unusual
pants
is if
with
you
their
return
bellies
home
taught.
sober for once. You won't trick me into buying you around.
I know you just heard two things at the same time, but he was basically talking about Triss, so we'll do that one while we're
I
here.
heard you saw something interesting.
As clearly as I see you. Amazing. I look into the sky. But wait, you must buy a fellow a drink for such a story.
Well, you shut it already. We could all recite this bullshit now.
I'm a client and I'll say what I want. Pour me some Mahakaman mead and no cheating. This noble wayfarer will pay.
Not sure if it's worth it, mate.
I'm not about to buy a pig in a poke.
Not a pig, but a beautiful woman. And not in a poke, in the sky. You won't regret it.
Yeah, see, we already know about this because we heard from the trolls, but, you know.
Innkeeper, you said you could recite the story. Tell me.
Because
You
I'm a
pay for
dick.
2 bottles of mead this drunkard guzzled.
The innkeeper's too dumb to tell such a beautiful story.
Okay, so the innkeeper just tells it to you straight, and the guy obviously is slightly drunk, so he embellishes slightly, but it's a little bit funnier. You can have a whole, like, 20. No, you can have 20, because I'm feeling generous.
I'll pay. But if you bore me, I'll shove this meat up your ass.
But such a fine liquor. And my ass has no taste. You won't regret it.
I probably will.
Speak.
Last week I was passing by the gullies. I like to take a hike from time to time.
Get to the point.
Hush. So I'm walking and suddenly there's a flash, a crack. I'm thinking, a storm's coming. But nary a cloud in the sky.
You hit the ground with your arse so hard you saw a flash. You were that drunk.
Then I saw people lying in a gully as if they'd fallen from the sky, a man and a woman. The woman was so beautiful, I wished she'd fallen down on me.
What did the woman look like?
A redhead, wearing a vest and high shoes, with pert tits and a round arse. Just waiting to be grabbed and...
Sounds just like your old lady.
Shut your mouth!
What happened then?
Well, the woman was hurting, couldn't get up. The man clearly disliked her, because he didn't help her. He just stood there, menacing and talking, and then he left. And the redhead stayed.
Noticed her tits, but didn't even try to help her, you sod.
I was about to do exactly that when a troll came out of the gully, ugly as shit after blueberries.
Did it attack her?
Not at all. I hid and saw everything. First he sniffed her, so I thought he'd eat her. But he didn't. He threw her over his shoulder like a sack and returned to the gullies.
Is that all?
Yes. Didn't waste your money, as you'll agree.
I don't agree,
But tomorrow...
because I already knew all of that.
Just killing monsters.
I knew all of that. Do it all.
How can I help you?
Well, all kinds of ways, really.
I'm looking for places steeped in magic. You remember any stories of sorcerers or magical places in the area?
Yes.
Not counting the fire-spitting bitch from 3 years ago. Well, a sorcerer once lived in the wood beyond Vergen. You could look there. Maybe something's left. You might also speak to Cecil. Nobody knows Vergen's history as well as our alderman.
Yeah, so the fire-spitting bitch is literally just, what's her face? Sabrina Glavisic.
How can I help you?
You do hear more about that on Roach's Path, like I said, so, you know, we'll get to that on Roach's Path
I'd
instead.
like to play dice poker.
I really
Fair
would.
enough, but I only play
right.
the best.
Really? I hadn't done that yet? I thought I already done that. Oh well. Does anyone wanna arm wrestle?
One freak bigger than the next.
That's just straight up rude. I don't think any of them are the one. No, they're definitely not. Yes, that was Balin. Don't question it.
man whose business is not ruined by war.
Actually, okay. I already did that one. I guess they're not home. Fine. I'll do a track quest. I'll be right back. This is where everybody goes to play dice poker. Don't you know? Hi guys. I guess Cecil's not here right now. No, Cecil's actually in a different house, isn't he? Yes, he is. Do you want to play?
You play dice?
Aye, us two and the Smith's apprentice.
And that's it?
In Vergen, there's also the headman, Cecil Bloodborne, and the innkeeper. But they won't play unless you prove your worth. Which you could by beating us.
You know, your worth in this game. Purely luck-based game. Sure.
Show me what you can do.
With
I'm
dice.
first.
And luck. Dice and luck. Okay. I will be right back. One shot?
I'd like a rematch.
No, you can't have one. We're saving that one. And what about you?
Care to roll a few rounds?
I would. I beat your brother. We'll call it your brother, just because we can. Okay. Be right back again. Look at that literal instant roll. I'll take it. Thanks. Yes, we can have another one. Opponent has resigned. I would too, buddy. I would too.
Give me a chance to win it back.
Absolutely not. I don't think you play. Do you play?
Well, I'll be ploughed by a ferret.
I hope not.
Yeah. Witcher Geralt of Rivia.
Ah, you're a witcher like any other, but those swords, things of beauty.
They're really not.
Nothing special about them.
Ah, you're mistaken. Few know how to make a silver blade today, fish eat me if I'm lying, and engraving runes is not exactly farting down a rain spout. I wouldn't mind a closer look at your swords. Care to browse through my wares?
He's a bit nosy, isn't he? Let's play dice poker instead.
I'd like to play dice.
No, go. I'll play you once I know you've beaten the innkeeper and Cecil.
At your service.
Well, then you can't look at my swords, can you? That's how that goes. Okay, well now.
above.
Yes, same. Now I can actually. Wait, does Cecil do it first or not? I'm actually not sure. I'll go beat the innkeeper first, just in case. Okay, be right back. That's our first draw. How unfortunate. Actually, did we both get 4 of a kind? We did. We both got 4 of a kind. How dare you? I'm about to lose all my cash, man. All of it. This is the end. What do you got? Okay, he has the same, but he has ones. I think I'm okay. No, I'm not. When he raises, I'm never okay. Ah, shit. Oh no, that's actually okay. Okay, double pair. Shit, never mind. Everything is awful.
I won!
Yes,
I
that's
want a rematch.
I do. I want one right now, in fact. No, wait.
How can I?
I need my
I'd like
coin
to play
back.
So,
Yes, we shall. Stop making me poor. I'm a witcher. I barely make any cash. Except that I do, obviously, because collecting cash is what I do, but still. I can't sell my silver swords, boy. Haha. Okay, -3, but still.
you won.
Yes, I did.
I'll take my coin, please.
A whole 20.
You're too good for me. Try the head man, Cecil Bloodborne.
Might do just that.
I'm just way too good, you know? I'm just so intensely skilled at being lucky. Have you ever seen someone win with such grace, such skill at the game of dice? Sometimes I kind of wish that it was like, what is it? Kingdom Come, where you can get extra luck at dice. Anyway, be right back. I feel like at this point I should just rename this particular part of the Lorethrough to Skip. 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 I kind of gotta talk to this guy anyway, so it's cool. Hi.
We killed most of the necrophages.
Most.
The passage to the lower level collapsed. They won't get out. In time, they'll die off and you can restart work.
Thank you, Witcher. The whole of Vergen thanks you. Here's your coin. Shive, Skaggs, and Zigrim will get the same.
Why? They barely did anything. They were mostly just in the way.
Saskia needs help, Cecil. Philippa can produce an antidote, but she needs a magic artifact to do that.
Would you like a fern and a dancing worm to go with it?
Yes.
Listen, I don't know about magic, but there is a place, as long as I can remember, it's been of interest to sorcerers. They say it's a very strong intersection. Look for magic there.
Where exactly is there?
Seek out the ruins in the forest beyond Vergen. There's a place of power there. You can't miss it. Why so glum? Saskia's a tough girl. She'll bounce back. Keep your head up.
Thanks, Cecil.
No, Witcher. I thank you. Save that lass, and you'll save my town.
Yeah, so this is what leads to the whole harpy business eventually. So that is a pretty interesting quest, honestly. Yeah, we'll do that one first.
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Do you know anyone who didn't?
Did you fight here at Vergen?
Course.
Philippa claims you know a bit about the battle.
That old cook insult, called king by some, thought that Aedirnians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edirn?
According to Henselt, Upper Edirn is the ancient legacy of the Kedwenny crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crab. 700 years ago the elves reigned here, and 1,000,000 years ago these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighboring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
All right. Hensel wanted to conquer Upper Edirn. What then?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil, that doesn't help me much.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want.
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the mist. They turn into horrible creatures called Draugrs. Aedirnians, Kedwenny, men, elves, and dwarves too.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help them, but I need to know more about the battle.
Very well. Listen. A beautiful day that grew hot later. Very hot. When Vandegrift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard. But we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edirn at all. We decimated the Dunbanner, but that was only the beginning. Seltkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kedwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armour. Then Vandegrift himself entered the fray. Seltkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Vandegrift killed Seltkirk. A terrible death that sent the Aedirnian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kedwenny sorceress who wanted revenge on Vandegrift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
Yeah, so that mage, that sorceress, was Sabrina Glevisic, and you do actually get explained why she does it. Technically, if you think about it, you can already technically know why, but I don't want to ruin it necessarily. I'm not sure you get to see it in Iorveth's side. I think you only get to see it on Roach's side, but yeah. It's pretty interesting still.
Remember anything from before the battle?
As if it was yesterday. Henselt's troops crossed the Pointar the third day after the autumn equinox. Edirn had good spies, so we were ready for them, and Seltkirk lined up our troops along the hills. Our hearts rose at the sight of the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersberg and Gullet fluttering in the wind. Knights and armoured infantry side by side in our ranks. Even the peasants had their regiments. The dwarves were on the left flank. Over 5,000 strong we were. Nobody caring about race or background, like never before. Only King Demavend was missing, but he must have had more important business than defending his country.
Nobody likes Demavend. Nobody, not even you.
You saw the Kedwenis cross the river?
From afar, I saw Vandegrift leading 4,000 heavily armed men. Many a heart sank when we saw the elite bearheads or the armoured banners from Ardcarrig. The Dun banner was in the middle, veterans of Brenna. As soon as he set foot on Adernian land, Vandegrift climbed a hill and surveyed the area, as if it was his fief. Son of a bitch was as sure of himself as ever. Upon spying him, I remember the dwarves all dropped their trousers and showed him their asses. Then Selkirk stepped out in front of us. His white armour shone in the sun. We were afraid a Kedweni arbalist would shoot him, but they too stood as if frozen, and Selkirk just looked at them and bowed ever so slightly.
Okay, so a few things here. First, the whole mooning business. They did that twice. I believe it was also after the Battle of Brenna, because the dwarves weren't really respected as having helped in the battle. And after the Battle of Brenna, you had a parade to, honor all of the war heroes. Among them were also the dwarves, who, like I said, weren't really honored as you should. So they dropped their trousers once they got to the scaffolding where the king and queens were standing around, applauding and all that. They dropped their trousers and mooned them, which I thought was hilarious. It was either that or they gave him the fingers, one of the two, but regardless, pretty good. Another thing is that, Demavend is kind of a coward in general, and I haven't really talked much about Demavend because I really don't like the guy. I think he's just, he's a coward. In Thronebreaker, they kind of try to make him look a little less of a coward. He's not, though. He's just straight up a coward. He runs away from Edirn as well, instead of joining Meave's guerrilla band. He runs away to Redania. Here he runs away again, I suppose, even though he was pretty vehement about keeping Upper Edirn, because, like I said before, Upper Edirn is basically a pot of gold. There's so many resources here. Everybody wants it. And during the Second Northern Nilfgaardian War, Henselt did in fact already take this part for that reason, then had to give it back to Demavend after the Peace of Sintra. So this entire part of land has just been sort of swapping hands for the longest time, until now, obviously, when it's hopefully getting taken by Saskia. I won't say too much about that because that's a spoiler. But yeah, Demavend doesn't care about his people, he just cares about himself and getting drunk. Which, I guess it's okay that he's dead. I'm okay with that. The Dun Banner, you meet twice or 3 times technically in the books. I think I might have already mentioned this before, but just to reiterate, the Dun Banner are the elite troops of Kedwen. You meet one part of them when Geralt and his dwarven friends, I think that was that Yarpen? I think it was Yarpen. Yeah. He is escorting a regiment of Kedweni troops, Kedweni not reinforcements. He has supplies, or he's supposed to have supplies, and he's escorting that to a unbeknownst location. And they run into the Dun Banner, and the Dun Banner are like, oh, well, what are you doing? And basically just checking out if they're okay, which after an ambush by the elves, where most of the company dies, like a dwarf dies as well, a lot of elves die, a lot of people die in general, turns out that the entire caravan was actually a trap to figure out whether or not the dwarves were loyal. So they were escorting rocks without them knowing. And at that point, the Dun Banner is like, oh, I guess you're okay, basically. The second time you meet them is when they are invading Upper Edirn. So what I just talked about as well. And they're basically trying to pretend as if they're helping Edirn, because obviously everyone's at war with Nilfgaard. Edirn is burning. Nilfgaard is still there, is already invaded. But Henselt has made a pact with Nilfgaard, with Emir, that he's allowed to have Upper Edirn, basically, as long as he doesn't join in on the war. So he does that, and they they go out and have a mission of brotherly fraternity or something. I don't know what they call it. They have like a name for it, where they're basically helping. They are liberating their northern neighbors. And the rule is that you're not allowed to pillage, you're not allowed to murder, you're not allowed to rape any northern friend. And they kind of follow that rule, kind of don't. Because as they walk away, because the sergeant comes over and is like, oh, you can't do any of these horrible things to anyone that you meet. And then when I think the captain walks away, or it might have been the captain himself, he just sort of, under his breath, tells them, plow the women silently or something like that. Like, be quiet about it, but still do all these horrible things. So the Dunbanner, also, just not great people. They're terrible people in general. And I think the third time is when you do see them at the Battle of Brenna, which they do fight in as well, of course. And at that point, they're on the northern side, so they are the good guys, if there's such a thing in The Witcher. There isn't such a thing. But yeah, that's pretty much all the times that you see them, as far as I know.
You captured the Dunbanner standard?
Henselt's choice troops, and not a one survived. The visitor sent them to their deaths, refused to give them reinforcements. He was a monster in human form. The men of the Dun were real swaggerers. Killed a lot of our lads, but for every Dunner, there were 7 Adernians. They had no chance. Aye, we captured their standard. We buried what was left of them in the crypts beyond Vergen. Their standard lies with them. Worthy foes are to be respected, even in death.
I'm going to need that standard.
Yeah, so the Visitor, in case you're confused, is Vandergrift. I don't really know why they call him the Visitor. I don't know that it's ever really explained, but yeah, he's called the Visitor.
Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Vandergrift?
I stood half a furlong from them. Never seen a fight like it. Probably never will again. They'd already met once, at a jousting tournament in Ardcarreg. Seltkirk won there. He beat on the Visitor so hard he broke his sword. Seltkirk was a true knight, the last of his breed. Vandergrift was so pissed off after that tournament he hanged the smith who made his sword and ordered a special one from a sorcerer. I bet he cut down Seltkirk with that new sword.
Vandergrift is dead. What happened to his sword?
Saskia's got it. Good thing too. Only her hand can tame the hatred enchanted in that sword. After the battle, when the flames abated, the scavengers came. They stole everything. Imagine, not a single keepsake of Seltkirk in the whole of Edirn. His brother babbles something about a gauntlet, but he's a lying dog.
I mean, he just wants to show off, really. Also, the sword, not that great. I wish it was. It's just not, though.
Thanks, Cecil. That was helpful. I think I know what I need to lift the curse now.
Madame Eilhard claims you need 4 symbols. The standard symbolizes death. Vandergrift's sword stands for hatred. What about the other 2?
I have a feeling Philippa has a handle on the rest.
Here's hoping you're right.
She does. She does. Don't worry about it. Right. Wait, we were gonna play dice, too. What on earth, man?
Dice.
Shall we?
Gonna end this on a winning note. God. Okay. I might actually not even skip this. Watch me lose horrible now. Horrible? Horribly. Close enough. Oh, that's not a bad roll at all. That is not a bad roll at all. He has pretty much the same roll, though. Slightly lower. Well, actually, depending. He doesn't. Come on. Ah, that's not what I need at all. That is... Yeah, I still got higher. That's right. That's right, boy. Insta-win.
I'll have to raise taxes.
Wow.
Here are your winnings.
That's not how that works.
Aren't you going to ask for a rematch?
You're too good. Try Haggard or Smith's apprentice.
This boy. You're too good at being lucky. Okay, so that's the last one. We should, at least try there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're still okay in terms of getting the triggers for some... Yeah, I think we're still okay. I'm trying to figure out how I do this without ruining the quest line. Anyway, yeah, I'll go find a smith apprentice real quick. Are you here? No, you're not. That's not what I want to track. What are you doing, game? Be right back. Hey, buddy. I see you're still sleeping.
Hello.
I wouldn't mind a closer look at your swords.
I would mind
I'd
some
like
poker.
to play dice.
Shall we play now?
We shall, yes.
You may know how to wave those swords around, but you're absolute shite at dice.
Time will tell.
What? Well, that's a nice
I
bug.
wouldn't mind a closer look.
I'd like to...
Shall we play?
Yes.
You may know how to wave those...
Time will...
Oh god, I bugged it out, didn't I? I absolutely bugged it out. Can we no longer do
wouldn't
this
mind
now? Oh, please.
like to-
Shall we? You may know how to...
Time.
I'll try to fix this next time. Yep, we're gonna make a cut here. Until the next episode, guys.